Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. I'm headed out for a couple of days. I've got a backpack. I want to show you what's in it. Let's get to it right now. Stay tuned. So for this trip, I am carrying the Isle Royale Jr Bushcraft Pack, and it does have the deerskin straps on it. And I did add a waist belt and a couple other items to it. I also added a frame. If you want to watch that video, I can make sure and put a link to it up here and maybe down in the description box as well. But this is a great pack and it really carries well, and so I'm going to show you what I got in it right now. So I carry one of my canteens just around the outside with the strap, so it's easy to take on and off, and that'll be fastened in there. This is just an older Vietnam era USGI canteen. I like this really well. I like the shape and size of it. This is always a good idea if you're going into a place where there's hunting. I just like it for visibility. It can also be used as a seat or as just an extra carry bag. There's a lot of things you can do. This is an add-on to the pack. But inside of here, I have my keto trail mix. Also have some beef jerky. And I have my trail maps to the Red River Gorge area, which is where we'll be headed. On the right side of the pack, I have just a pair of unlined leather gloves. This, of course, for collecting debris if you want to make a bed to lay on, or also for gathering sticks. This time of year there's a lot of spiders and centipedes and things, and it also helps protect your hands when you're cutting with a saw and collecting firewood, so that's a good thing to have. And then down in this pocket here, I just literally have a shopping bag, if I can get it out. But it's just a Walmart shopping bag, and you should always carry one of those to carry your trash out of the woods. We want to leave no trace. In the other pocket, I have my Pathfinder 32-ounce bottle and cup. Looking at these two outer pouches that are sewn onto the back of the Bushcraft Pack. At the very top, I have the toilet paper and some cleaning wipes. This is very important. You want this easy access, of course. Also, I have some deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, and a little bit of soap in a small Altoids tin. And the other side, at the top where it's easily accessible, I have my Princeton Tech headlamp, and this is a very powerful center beam that goes out to a couple hundred meters. Then the 4 lights on the side are what you use most of the time. Of course, it has high and low. And then it has 4 batteries in the back. I keep lithiums in here. They're lightweight. This is waterproof, and that's come in real good in different situations, especially one time when I was out in a very heavy rainstorm, and it stayed nice and dry and kept my light going. I also have about a little over 100 feet of bank line for extra cordage. And then I have my old school EDC, which I showed in a video not too long ago. And of course that has all kinds of things in it to help me survive. Encourage you to go and watch that video if you haven't seen it. Opening the top flap, there is a pocket sewn on the inside here. And inside here I have a cotton bandana, which of course has many, many uses. And I also have a couple of heavy-duty garbage bags, which I use for collecting sticks to keep them dry if it's going to rain. Also to put over top my pack as a pack cover. And I also use this as a place to step out on when I put my hammock up, so I have a place to stand and put my gear on the ground without getting everything wet or dirty, like my socks and my feet. At the very top, I have my Blackie Thomas Blackbird haversack, and he's a great guy, of course. I have my food in here, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. In the food kit, I'm carrying some eggs. I have some bannock pre-mixed. I'm also bringing some apple cider and some Kool-Aid mix, and then some Idahoan, I like the loaded mashed potatoes. And I have 1 MRE for lunch. I know these aren't the absolute best for you, but we like to use them every once in a while just for fun. The next item in the backpack that rides underneath my haversack is this case. Now this is a headphone case a friend of mine gave me. He cut a hole in the back for the frying pan handle. It's pretty clever and it works really good. Inside I carry my various things that I'll be using for cooking, I have a bottle of olive oil, and I keep that wrapped up just in case it might leak. And that's of course in an energy drink bottle. I have a scrubby with some soap already on it, kept in a little bag. Some extra paper towels, salt and pepper, a spoon, and then of course my cool handle small pan. I also carry a folding spatula. The next item is my fire kit, and I've done a video on this, so you've seen this before. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you can find the stuff on it. But this basically has fat wood and lighters and matches and all kinds of stuff in it. This is a complete kit. It's a lot more than I need. It's got the ferro rod, of course, tucked in the back here. That's really all I would need, and probably not more than a lighter. But anyway, I carry it because it's compact and it's all put together. But I like this kit a lot, and I've always said if you can't get a fire started with this kit, then you probably can't get one started at all. The next item that you'll see here is my complete sleep system. And I've also done videos on this, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I would encourage you to go back in the archives if you haven't seen it. But this has my hammock and my tarp and my stakes. It has my inflatable mattress. It has an inflatable pillow and pretty much everything that I need, including a bug net. I use the Eagle Nest Outfitters hammock. I've been using this same hammock since I think 2006. But this is a complete sleep system, of course minus a blanket or a sleeping bag or whatever. But this is pretty much it. Like I said, I've got a video on this. Next, down here in the bottom I have just a recharger for my cell phone. It's a solar battery pack. This will recharge it about 1.5 to 2 times. I've got some extra batteries for my headlamp and then the cable to charge it. This isn't absolutely necessary, but it's a nice thing to have just in case you get lost, you need a little extra power. A lot of times you can use this, of course. I'm going pretty light on tools this trip, but I am bringing the larger Silky F180. Really like this saw. And then also the Mora knife. Many of you are familiar with this, and of course this is designed for a cross carry. And I've got a video on that, of course, if you want to see it. For this trip I'm bringing the Snug Pack. This is the jungle bag with a built-in mosquito net. Super light, very small, works really good, and for a trip on this time of year, this is what you need. There's 2 more items in here. This compression sack holds my extra clothes. There's a rain jacket in here, extra socks and underwear, and what I'm going to sleep in tonight. So just light nylon pants and a t-shirt, and just something, like I said, make sure you have something to change into in case you would get really sweaty. And also if there would be an instant downpour or something, you'll have at least some dry clothes. So the nylon pants act not only as pajamas to sleep in, but again, it's another pair of pants and it doesn't weigh much. The very last item is this lightweight pad made by Trinity Sainer, and I appreciate Trinity making this and getting this for me. And it's just a bag. Inside it has a piece of foam, and this is just fantastic for a kneeling pad or a sitting pad, whatever you want to use it for. But a little Velcro there at the top, and I think this is a fantastic piece of gear. Of course, very much can use this for signaling, and I think this is a good, well-made, handmade piece of gear. So thanks Trinity for that. So here it is, guys, all laid out. Altogether, it's about 35 pounds. It's very easy to carry. Now, my partner that's going with me, we're bringing some marinated steak to cook over the open fire tonight. Also is bringing a pound of bacon for us to split. So that's not in here. My partner's carrying that. Other than that, this is what you see, and I appreciate you watching. By the way, for those of you who watch all the way to the end, here's a little bonus for you. This is my secret weapon right here against chafing. I always put this on before a trip where I'm going multiple miles. Even if you're in good shape, this right here will help you. It's made by Body Glide. There's a couple different companies that make it. This is the old bottle, but this stuff is absolutely fantastic. It's a non-greasy formula, washes off with soap and water, but it will absolutely keep those areas of your body that chafe, between your legs, sometimes your feet, if you have a point that wants to blister. This is great stuff. So, just a little extra for you. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below, just under the More button. And while you're down there, you'll also find our waypointsurvival.com link. And this is where you can sign up to take survival and bushcraft classes here at our beautiful training facility in Southern Ohio. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. We'll talk to you next time.